Welcome to the Stuff and Thangs podcast. Your home for all stuff related to your favorite things in entertainment. Now, here are your hosts.
Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of the Stuff and Thangs podcast. It is episode 50 and you know what that means. It's when we look back over our last 10 episodes, 9 probably, and we look at all the feedback that's been sent in to us, all the things we missed and all the topics we discussed that people pointed out, and all the fun and frolics of that. And joining me to have fun with all of the listener feedback and questions, it's Stefan.
Hey buddy, this is the first one I'm a bit nervous of.
Really?
Yeah, I look back over the last episodes that we've done since the last Q&A.
Yeah.
And I know I've said some things.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's...
And I'm like, this could be fun.
Well, I mean, I will say I have edited out straight up abuse. So
I think I'm glad of that. Yeah.
Although at Christmas it's funny to listen to people calling us names, I don't think we should do that every 10 episodes. I think that's bad for our mental health. So we're not doing that.
I agree with that. That's fine.
So, although there is some stuff in there that's kind of funny. But, yeah. So, I've put this together. It could be a long show today, so we will get stuck into it. But a listener pointed out to me, and I'd love to take credit for this, but it was pointed out to me, that we don't ever talk to new listeners. So, what they mean by that is, like, we have a lot of in-jokes and a lot of silly things we do every single week that if you've been listening the whole time, hopefully you find it funny. Well, you do, otherwise you wouldn't keep listening.
But at least it makes sense, yeah.
But for people joining, it might be a little bit like, what? So, that person said to me, oh, you should try and promote your 10 shows because that's a perfect jumping in point for someone because you're basically summarising everything you've just done and then moving forward. So I thought, yeah, okay, that's a good, that's not a bad shout.
That's a good shout. I like that, yeah.
So this is our 50th weekly show. Stuff and Things podcast began just talking about The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and then expanded into talking about all sorts of different shows from Marvel to well, everything me and Steph here enjoyed.
Netflix, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Disney Plus.
Yeah, we didn't overly discuss it. If we enjoyed it, we talked about it. And we would then go into episodically or into movies and stuff like that and talk about them. We do still do that. We do it as sort of specials, one-offs. But what we decided to do is, because a lot of people were like, oh, you know, the only problem with that is when all the seasons of TV you're currently watching end, we don't hear from you. And like, I forget you're there. And it's like, okay, yeah, so we want to do something weekly. So every single week on a Friday, you get a new episode from us where we're just talking about various topics. And we will always go off on tangents. So if you look at the topic and think, maybe that's not for me, still give it a listen because 9 times out of 10, it's just we start there and end up somewhere completely bloody different.
I think if there were awards for tangents, then we would get them.
I do feel, if there was a podcast tangent award out there probably is. There's awards for everything, and if there isn't, we'll start it. I think that's the only way I'm ever going to be able to say I'm an award-winning podcaster is if the award is the Stuff and Things Awards for podcasts.
Hey, a win's a win.
Knowing my self-esteem, I probably still wouldn't let me win. But anyway, so we have... What happens is every 10th episode, so started with episode 10, then 20, 30, 40, and now today, episode 50, we go back over our last... So it would be 9. So it would be episode 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And everything we talked about... Listeners send in their thoughts on it or their questions or sometimes pointing out obvious things we've missed.
That?
Yeah, how in the hell did you talk about this topic and not mention this? Which is always a real kind of, crap, yeah, you're right. But, you know, we're only human. So we do this on the 10th one, every single one. Try and sort of find it funny, and our listeners invariably say stuff which is brilliant. So yeah, let's kick this off because we do have quite a lot. So this is episode 50, the listener feedback show, and we begin with Shelley from Kidderminster in England, and she says, Sam, not being a fan of Farscape, shame, 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 in capital letters with exclamation marks. If it were up to me, I'd have you walk naked in the streets as punishment.
Well, at least we know she likes Game of Thrones.
See, I just took that as she wanted to see me naked, but you're probably right. Probably more a Game of Thrones thing, definitely. I'm sorry, Shelley. I've got to be honest with you. I get that quite a lot because I'm quite a big sci-fi fan, and people are like, "Oh, you must have loved Farscape." Not really. No, not even a little bit. I also didn't like Babylon 5, and that really pisses people off.
I think I only ever saw a couple of episodes of that. I don't think my parents didn't like it either, so I only saw a couple of episodes, and that was it.
Well, I said Star Trek Deep Space Nine was better to someone once, and I genuinely thought a friend of mine was going to hit me. Just on that. Just,
make a comment, run.
Like, yeah, he was really quite passionate about it. No, that's the Star Trek rip-off of Babylon 5. I'm like, better then. Yeah, didn't go down well.
Turn red.
Okay, now speaking of Star Trek, though, the next comment is from Lily, who's from Macclesfield in England. And Lily says, Stefan not liking any Star Trek or any sci-fi shows has shocked me to my core. Although, you guys then discussed that sci-fi is a pretty wide genre and he seems to love loads of sci-fi, so I guess that's all okay then, LOL.
Yeah, that was a fun podcast. That was the one that I was expecting hate, the whole not really Star Trek fan I'm expecting hate for. But, yeah, we did then realise that the majority of stuff we watch on TV technically
falls into sci-fi.
Technically is sci-fi one way or the other.
A lot of subgenres, but yeah, science fiction. I will say you did get a few messages where people were pointing out that you're an idiot for what you said on that, but
I mean, they're going to have to narrow that down because I get called that daily.
Yeah, but that's just marriage for you. The next one is from Malcolm in Fife, Scotland. I always feel like I'm going to say that wrong. I don't know why, but I do. If you boys had to choose to live either in the Star Trek universe or the Star Wars universe, what would you choose and why? Well, I'm guessing you're going to go Star Wars because you literally don't watch Star Trek.
Yeah, definitely the Star Wars universe. The why would be because in my brain I like to think, or my heart, I like to think I would definitely be a Padawan. In reality, I'm probably just going to be a mechanic for a pod racer or something,
Yeah, I was just sort of thinking, like, if you could kind of specify, okay, I'm in the Star Wars universe and I can use the Force greater than anyone ever, then yeah, that'd be the way to go.
Knowing my luck, I'm probably a barman somewhere in
I'll be a nameless stormtrooper who gets killed in Act 1. Like, that's just how that goes.
Yeah.
So for me...
There's this one scene where someone walks into a bar. There I am!
I think Star Trek is safer, generally, unless you're wearing a red shirt, which is a deep cut for all the Star Trek fans out there.
Yeah, well...
But yeah, okay. Moving on then... Philip from Bedford in England says, I downloaded this show as I was expecting a detailed chat on Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, one of my favourite books and films. Sorry, books and TV shows. It started well with some fun audio, and then you just went on a random tangent and basically said you didn't even like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I think maybe you guys should title and plan your shows better, like the mice would have. That's a Hitchhiker's reference. Anyway, question. What do you think the meaning of life is?
Yeah, that was that. I remember that episode.
So just to be clear for any new listeners, episode 42, we basically did a kind of titled it the parody for the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything is 42. It was an opportunity I couldn't miss, but neither of us were really that big fans of it, and so we then just had this random chat, which was fine, and people enjoyed it. Not Philip, but his question, my friend, what do you think is the meaning of life? I mean, this is a nice, easy, laid-back podcast question, isn't it?
Happiness.
You think the meaning of life is happiness?
Just happy, finding your own happiness. It doesn't have to be. Everyone's happiness is something completely different. The meaning of life is just finding your happiness.
So if you are happy murdering people,
that's your happiness.
The meaning of life is murder.
If that is your happiness,
you've achieved life Zen.
Yeah, that's not gone well.
I'm just thinking. I mean, I like what you're saying, but I just think if you're asking it in a big picture for all of humanity thing, everyone's happiness is different, and therefore,
finding your own happiness, I thought was a nice, safe answer. However,
I fucked it. Sorry.
There are definitely some people out there who their version of happiness would not go down well.
I mean, like, I have a row of exes.
Jack the Ripper, for example, his idea of happiness is probably
my ex's idea of happiness was making me unhappy. So, it's kind of like a yin and yang thing going on.
What do you think? What do you think? The answer is?
Oh man, the meaning of life is 42. There's no
42 done.
Yeah. No. To be honest with you, your answer is good. I just think there's no right answer to this question. I think no matter what you say, because like I always worked on the theory that being happy, finding your own happiness, like you said, is got to be the most fulfilling thing you could do. But that's on an individual basis.
Like you can say, being a good person. Like you might think, just be a good human. The meaning of life is being a good human. But again, everyone's definition of good.
Yeah. Because the worst thing is the worst people in the world always think they're the good guys. Do you know what I mean?
That is true.
They convince themselves that what they are doing is for the greater good. So yeah, I don't know. Meaning of life.
Yorkshire tea. No, I don't know. I really don't.
To try and leave things better than you found them. How's that?
Again, though, there was a certain painter bloke who once thought along the same lines.
It's weird, isn't it? Because people don't talk about his artwork. Yeah, it's almost like the mass murder kind of eclipses it. Thank you for the question, Philip. Let us know what
I'm going to itch my brain to that one now for the rest of the day.
Let us know what you think the meaning of life is. Chrissy from the Isle of Wight says, enjoyed your very random episode 42. What do you guys think is the most random moment in TV comedy, like the 42 moment? Oh, God.
The most the most random moment in TV comedy, for me, is Del Boy and the Bar.
That's very funny.
Just absolute hilarious and complete. If you said to someone, a bloke falling through an open bit of a bar,
I mean it is.
And it was so random. Yet that's like one of the first things that comes to my mind.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's outstanding. I mean.
Also, Isle of Wight. Hello, I lived there for 6 months.
He did. Yeah, if you're young enough, he could be your daddy. No, joking. Maybe. God. Yeah, there's too many though, and also you got to define random. Like the 42 thing is iconic. Like I wouldn't call it random in the sense of it's a weird random number someone picked and now it's become a thing for like ever. Yeah. But I mean that was from the book. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to go with you. I mean, anything from Only Fools and Horses, like the chandelier scene in the Only Fools and Horses as well, was just incredible.
God. Yep.
So yeah, we'll just go with that. Our first international thing is from Louise in Georgia, USA, who says the casting show was good, but how in all the hell did you two not mention the OG Netflix Marvel shows, as they did not miss in their casting? She's right.
She's spot on. Yeah, we didn't mention them at all. I mean, and they are all perfect. I mean, yeah, they are.
The fact that Marvel and Netflix had that massive falling out, they had the legal stand down for years, and the minute they could remake them, they went back to the cast. I think
the original cast. Yeah, that tells you a lot.
I think it says they got the casting right the first time and they knew it. Yeah, Louise, you're absolutely right. Thank you for pointing that out. We did miss that. But yeah.
10 points to Gryffindor on that one. Well done.
What if she's not a Gryffindor, though? Although I've noticed in Harry Potter it doesn't matter.
Everyone's a Gryffindor.
They're like, oh, so-and-so fell down, cracked his head open, 10 points Gryffindor. It's like, what the fuck?
The head of Hufflepuff has just done this. Great! 5 points Gryffindor.
Yeah, it was so rigged. It's bullshit. If I was a Hufflepuff, I'd be mad.
Oh, right. So many times.
I mean, just for being a thing called a Hufflepuff for a start. The casting show was fun and quite thought-provoking when it comes to casting. I remember being so against Heath Ledger as the Joker, and wow was I wrong. Yet I was excited by Ben Affleck as Batman.
You were wrong.
Yeah, can you think of a casting you thought would be bad and wasn't, and or one that you thought would be good but let you down? And that's from Jeremy from Toronto, Canada.
Ooh, hello.
Sorry,
I've not been to Canada. Not yet.
No.
A casting I thought would be great, but just wasn't.
I just want to say, just for a minute, Affleck as Batman's actually a lot better than I ever thought he was going to be. Based on the fact the only other comic book thing I'd seen him in was his version of Daredevil, which was atrocious.
Yes.
But he wasn't actually a bad Batman, but it was in a period where they just weren't getting the films right. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that does make sense. That makes sense.
That's my humble opinion anyway. And also, this is going to sound really dumb, he was a better Bruce Wayne than he was a Batman. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, it does make sense.
Like, cocky billionaire. Like, there's a scene in one of the films where Clark's house has been repossessed by the bank. And he's talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, thank you so much for sorting this out. Was it hard to buy it from the bank?" And he goes, "No, I just bought the bank." And it's kind of like that. Okay, that's great. Like his line delivery on that was so, like you might buy a Mars bar. I bought a bank. So yeah, that was kind of good. But yeah, I felt when I saw him as Bruce Wayne, it worked. When I saw him as Batman, I don't know. I think everyone has their version of it though. Like, I know someone who swears blind that Tom Holland isn't the best Spider-Man because they think Tobey Maguire was. That person's wrong, but I do understand it that Tobey Maguire was their Spider-Man at their age. Therefore, that's their Spider-Man.
Yeah, see, I stand by Tobey was a fantastic, like the best origin story. Garfield was the best Spider-Man, but Tom Holland is the best overall package.
Well, that's what Zendaya says.
Yeah. Hey!
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm really struggling to think of an example either way. The whole time you've been talking, I've been thinking, and I'm like,
Well, I was waffling on to try and give you a chance.
I know, and I'm like, I'm going through like the obvious ones. Like, I'm going through like the Marvel universe. And...
Well, I'll tell you a casting that people didn't like, and then people just seem to hate on for whatever reason. But I've always thought was brilliant. Is Brie Larson as,
Yeah, she's a very divorced cipher. Like, People either really like her or absolutely hate her.
I think she's wonderful. Like as an actor, I think her characterization of Captain Marvel is brilliant. I think they did 2 films with her. One is quite a good origin story, and the other is just really fun. Like the Marvels with Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, and it's just a fun film. Like you watch it now. I think the problem is you had the MCU doing like quite a serious joined together. Everything felt like it was building. Every film had its own little storyline, but it felt like it was building to something. And then post Endgame, there's just a lot of fun films that are like, oh well, where like people watched it with a view of where's it going, what's it linking to, what's it doing, and therefore people didn't enjoy it. And I think on a second watch, and I put myself in that. But then on a second watch, there's a few of them I'm like, oh, actually, this is really quite fun. This is quite enjoyable.
They took it back to just being good, fun action movies, which I wasn't against.
Yeah, no, exactly.
The latest Captain America movie, so many people
really
I know just absolutely slated it, and I'm like, it's just a good action movie.
Yeah,
it's just a good sit down watch movie.
I do worry sometimes with that there is a real that's not my Captain America thing about that, which is a bit odd to me, but
yeah.
But anyway, people are weird. Do you know what? That's one. Chris Evans, Captain America. I cannot imagine another actor in that role. I think he was brilliant. But the only thing that actor I'd seen him in before watching Captain America was a film called Not Another Teen Movie, which is a parody spoof of every other teen film out there.
Yeah.
And my overriding memory of him in that is being butt naked, wearing a whipped cream bikini and a banana sticking out of his ass. So
not what you'd instantly think of Captain America, no?
Well, there was that, and as I'm thinking about it, he obviously played, is it Johnny Storm?
He did, yes. He was Fantastic Four.
Yeah. So, again, I'm like, and that film kind of was a bit naff.
Do you know what? Actually, that's one. The new Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
I did not think that was going to work.
Okay.
I love him as an actor. I think he is fantastic.
Yeah.
But I didn't see him as... This is going to sound quite bad. I see him more as a bit of an action hero, not so much the most intelligent man in the world or the universe.
Yeah.
And for that character, and I think he played the part really
I was about to say, I think he played it quite well because it was this kind of troubled genius. Like, I am that smart, but there's things I can't solve, and it's fucking with me. You know.
Yeah. I was concerned by that one, but that worked really well.
Okay, all right. Well, I think we've answered that, Jeremy. I hope you enjoy. Daisy from Swansea, in Wales, says, if there was a movie about your life, who would you like to be cast to play you, and why? Daisy probably doesn't sound anything like that.
She might, to be fair.
She might.
Oh,
I like the name Daisy.
Okay. A movie about my life.
Yeah.
Now, I have questions on this.
Sure.
I am currently 35, about to turn 36.
Okay, yes.
Not had that much life. I like to think I'm only, halfway.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm only halfway.
Yeah.
Are we talking movie of my life once I've got to the end? So who is playing this part of my life now? Or am I having to get like a child actor because they've got to do the first bit? You know, like...
You're massively overthinking this. Someone playing you as you are now.
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. Oh, from The Mummy.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, Brendan Fraser.
Bit of a goofball, bit of a laugh, good, back in the day, very attractive man. Everyone used to love him.
Back in the day. He's still a handsome man. God, you're cruel.
I'm thinking like the late 90s, early 2000s, like he was like the poster boy sort of thing.
So
for
what
me,
you're saying
10
is...
years ago, I was a lot better than I am now. So that's what I'm going on.
Sorry. Oh, I like that. I like that kind of like... So you're saying he's past his best and so are you?
We've both peaked and
Okay.
now we're just living a good life. Yeah.
Alright, I would have Tom Hardy play me.
Nice choice.
Yes, that would be it. Because if you look at me and you squint and you're drunk and then you close your eyes and I say I look like Tom Hardy, I do. I look just like him.
I like it.
We have the same hair colour. Okay.
I like
Gary.
the way I went for the he's a funny bloke, we're quite funny, I like to think I'm quite funny. And
Yeah.
you just went for the I'm a stud. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, but, you know, the single life is what it is. Gary from Illinois, USA. Illinois, it's Illinois, isn't it? It's not Illinois, Illinois.
Illinois.
Gary from Illinois, USA says, your Daredevil pod was sick. That means good, right?
Is he better now? Has he recovered?
I doubt it.
I have an 8-year-old
really...
son that keeps telling me everything's sick and he's getting really pissed off that I keep going to get a thermometer.
Your Daredevil pod was sick. You guys really nailed the excitement. I know you touched on it being a major plot point and what happens next, but how do you feel now that everyone knows who Matt is? Can he ever have a life now? What would Foggy think? P.S. Foggy still lives, I believe.
We all are living on the hope that he believes.
Yeah,
no,
hashtag
I've
Foggy
got
lives,
a really
yeah.
good idea for this, where they're going to go with it.
Okay, if it involves Doctor Strange, I've seen it and I don't like it.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's going to find a guy who can make people forget who he is.
No. I actually think this is quite an interesting thing because one of the Daredevil aesthetics is his double life. Is this kind of blind lawyer Daredevil duality thing? That's gone now. Like, that is never... You're never going to be able to write an episode again where he has that. The world knows who he is.
Yeah, I'm really...
He can't practice
really
law
where
again.
this goes now because it does lose all
Massive
of what he
part.
had.
Because he can't practice law now. He's a convicted felon.
Yep.
He is literally in jail at the end of the season. Spider-Man pending. I have a suspicion, but we will see. But yeah, I don't know where that's going. Like I'm nervous about it, and the reason why I'm nervous is because I don't see how the show's going to have to change massively. And I really like the show.
Everyone knows Tony Stark is Iron Man.
Yeah,
but Tony Stark is still a billionaire playboy philanthropist. He's still got all of that industry that he works in and everything else.
Yeah.
Matt he's a blind lawyer.
Yeah.
That was his story.
Lawyer,
That was him. Therefore, nobody ever suspected Matt because of the things that Daredevil could do.
Yeah.
You would never suspect Matt. Well, now we know it was Matt, and I don't understand fully how those two are going to live side by side with everyone. Like, people walk down the street, oh, it's Daredevil.
Yeah. Hey, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, you see Daredevil, Matt, piss off.
Yeah.
You see Matt, hey, Daredevil. You know,
also,
how does that work?
Also, you know Daredevil's blind now.
Yeah.
Just go full Homelander, bust the guy's ears, and you can kick his ass.
Yes, that is also, every burglar now carries a really fucking loud
like
alarm
Sonic,
with them.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's loads of options you can go for it. I just think, I don't know, I'm nervous about it. But they have done a really good job so far, so hopefully it goes well. But I am actually a little nervous about that, because I do like that show. Next up, we have a message from Petra from Paris, France. Petra says, I am actually hoping we get a Bullseye spin-off, or special presentation, whatever they call it, as him going off doing shady shit with CIA Val people could be a very fun watch. Also, what do you guys think he is now? Is he an anti-hero? Is he a villain? Because he kills people, but then again, so does Frank. So what is Dex? It's a good question.
I'm going to say something I never ever thought I would say.
Go on.
I agree with someone from France.
Dun, dun, dun.
I would love to see a special presentation.
Yeah, of Dex.
I think that would be so cool.
Yeah.
As long as it's not made by the same people that made the Punisher one, I think it'd be really good.
Awkward.
Yeah, no, I think it would hit the mark. Hey, that was good.
Ba-dum-dum.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be really cool to do a special presentation on him. Especially, yeah, what he's getting up to now and stuff. That could be really cool. Even a special presentation of him a little while ago, sort of thing, of how he got to this stage now. And
so, is he a villain or is he an anti-hero now?
Well, he's now working. Again, is he working for a good guy or not? You know, like we are very mixed on that.
No way is Val the goodie in any way.
You know, so
but Luke Cage was working for her, prior to Dex. So what's going on?
So yeah, like Luke Cage is a hero, surely, but now does that actually make him an anti-hero?
Well, but then again, end of Luke Cage season 2, he became a mob boss. So you know.
Yeah, grey area. I think you have to answer that with there's a grey area, sliding scale there.
But I'd enjoy it being explored. Let's look into that grey area.
Very much so, that would be good.
All right, thank you, Petra. Harriet from Wisconsin, USA says, Karen and Matt together is rubbish. Feels like we have nowhere to go except someone killing Karen, and that would annoy me. She was a great character on her own, and now she feels like a sidekick. What do you two think? I didn't want them together, I have to be honest with you. I always thought, yeah, they had that flirtation and stuff, but I liked that their relationship. I always thought she had more of a thing for Frank, I gotta be honest with you. I thought
did.
There was...
Yeah, I agree. I think her and Matt had that kind of fling early on.
Yeah.
And then it petered out into this really great partnership, and I liked that.
Yeah. I
always thought she was going to end up with Foggy, to be fair. And then she had the thing with Frank, and I was like, that was a really good dynamic because of the way he kind of, as we saw in the latest series, he kind of turned her mind a little bit to his way of thinking, and that was all quite good. I don't think they needed them two together.
No, but it's like this person's pointed out quite well. It's like, where do they go now? Do they break up but stay friends? That's always a weird dynamic. Do they kill Karen off like they did before? Like, that's shit. Yeah. And also, you're quite right. Karen individually had her own storylines and things going on, but this series largely was just Matt, and Karen sort of tagging along. So, yeah, kind of get what you mean with that. It'd be interesting to see where they go, because there's a lot of change now. So it's going to be interesting what happens next. But yeah, okay. Thank you, Harriet. That was quite thought-provoking.
Good question.
Kelly from San Francisco says, Fisk just murders people and is allowed to walk. What kind of show is this? It's Unreal Comic, I get that, but it's supposed to be based in the real world. Yet you're trying to tell me the real world, the system's so corrupted that, oh yeah, wait, that tracks, never mind.
I was going to say, the further in that got, the more I was biting my tongue.
Kelly, I put that in purely so I could read that out. Thank you very much. That was good. I'm not going to say anything else because people go mad. But thank you very much, Kelly. David from Plymouth, England says, oh, hang on. I have to read this in a butcher voice. Is in brackets. I don't know if I can do it. I'm going to try. Right, you ready?
I am ready.
You pair of C-words talking about the boys made my todger tingle just like you were tickling me bumhole.
Remind me never to visit Plymouth, because they seem a bit weird.
You pair of C-words talking about the boys again made my todger tingle just like you were tickling me bumhole. Good work. I mean that is
a very, very butcher line. That
thing
it's
to
a fair
say.
play on getting character.
Thank you, David. I think The Boys' final season lacked something for me, and I'm not sure what it was. It hit all the points, honestly, but just didn't feel right. Also, what was the point in Gen V Season 2? The whole storyline was basically ignored for the finale. Lame. That is from Gina in Birmingham, England. Birmingham? The Boys' final season. Yeah, go cheaper in the ball ring. Sorry, Gina.
He's not.
The Boys' final season lacks... Do you know what? Yeah, like it did hit everything, like hit every mark. But it did feel like something just wasn't right to me. I do know what she means by that.
Yeah, I do agree. I think we touched on it a little bit in our podcast as well.
Yeah.
There was something... I can't put my finger on it, but there was just something.
And yeah, the Gen V thing being ignored and basically written out really pissed me off. Because although it was a fun show, it was all billed as you need to watch this. Like, you need to be on this because what's going to happen is going to play a big part. So when you watch it and the storyline is huge, you're like, oh wow, this is going to be like... This main character from Gen V was created the same way Homelander was. So clearly she's going to play a big part in the finale. Nope,
she's just going to drive a truck.
So yeah, I agree with you, Gina. Lame is putting it mildly. Clive from Bradford, England says, I'm going to miss The Boys a lot. You mentioned a spin-off, The Boys Mexico, but all I could find was an announcement and nothing else. Is there any more info? I looked this up because this is confusing me a lot. So the announcement came with the guy, Diego, who was, played Andor, Cassian Andor. Yes. I think it's Diego Luna. And he was attached to it. Now, when I've looked this back up, it's a Spanish language The Boys spin-off produced by Diego, not him starring in it. And there's just no more information. So I am apologies for mentioning it, but it is very confusing to me.
Got everyone excited for it, and now we don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, sorry about that. Mike from Stroud, England, that's not far from me, says The Punisher special was a 5-star story compressed into a 1-star episode of confusing fuckery. They fucked it. It was a good idea, but executed so badly it's hard to believe Frank Castle was involved because that motherfucker executes perfectly. There's a lot of bad language in that message, by the way.
Yeah, beep, 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 beep. Yeah.
I would beep it out, but I broke the beep machine.
I don't think he's wrong. The idea was great. The execution was poor.
A 5-star story compressed into a 1-star episode. I wish I'd said that on the podcast. That's really good.
I like that.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, your podcast actually helped me enjoy the Punisher special, as I was so disappointed after watching, and I actually only listened to your show as I never saw the episode title. As I subscribe, it just started playing as I began my workout. Glad I didn't skip it, because it did make me think it was good. I will say, though, the story was just so rushed and the visual effects were done by Stevie fucking Wonder. That's from Dan in Dover, England. You're welcome, Dan.
Thanks for subscribing.
Surprised you guys were so negative about The Punisher. I thought it was an all-action slugfest. I loved it. That's from Tim in New York.
He's not wrong. It was very much all action. There just seemed to be nothing...
I don't think we were overly negative, Tim. I think we were just surprised. It was a little bit odd. Tammy from Luton says, Stefan needs to sit down and watch The Littlest Hobo. Go do it now. Pause what you're doing, go watch it, then come back. This is cultural heritage. That's Tammy.
Back in a minute.
Yeah. We paused. Welcome back. What did you think?
Amazing. That is culture right there. That was incredible.
Cultural heritage, would you say?
Huh?
Cultural heritage, would you say?
Oh, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
That has opened my mind
to what a dog can do. Okay. Caroline in Melbourne, Australia. Go on, mate, you can do it.
G'day, mate.
What about that horse in Neverending Story? Traumatised me for fucking life.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay. So I'm guessing this was to do with our animals in movies. Yeah, Atreyu. Yeah, no, I don't even want to talk about it, Caroline. So thank you for bringing that up.
Oh.
Jesse from New Orleans, USA says, loads of dogs films. Where are my cat lovers? Where are they at? Is there a live action cat film? I can't think of one. I guess probably not though, as cats would just do their own thing because they're bastards. Love them really.
I think Garfield is about the closest we've got.
But that's not live action, is it?
No.
That's not a live... Like, there are films with real dogs acting. I can't think of a film where there's a cat acting.
No, because they are assholes. They will just do their own thing, and they... Yeah,
God love them. Mandy from Colchester says, Stefan just loves his Free Willy. I have nothing more to say.
They're remaking it, and I'm terrified. I'll add that to it.
Susan from Essex, your neck of the woods.
Uh-oh.
The greatest trilogy is Jurassic Park. Sam is a fool for mocking film 3. A fool! In big capital letters. Susan from Essex, I'm guessing must be related to you.
I mean, I don't know if I'm related to a Susan. I know a few Susans in Essex, but thank you anyway.
Back to the Future as a child of the 80s, or Indiana Jones for sure, for me, but probably the greatest trilogy that everyone can agree on is the Lord of the Rings debate over. That's from Julio in California, USA.
And you are wrong. Carrying on.
I think you're right, Julio. You ignore him. He just wants dinosaurs all the time. Iron Man versus Batman would be an awesome crossover movie. But Steph, you kept saying during the show you were picturing a battle royal fight to the end, everyone going at it. Who did you think was going to win? Because it's been bugging me. That's from Ben in Dubai. He actually wrote, by the way, from Ben, fucking boiling his nuts off working in Dubai is what he actually wrote.
Yeah, we've been warm over here, but I can imagine over there is a lot hotter.
So who did you have winning this battle royale in your head?
If we're going comic book, then it has to be the Hulk, because he gets bigger and stronger the angrier he gets, and I'm pretty sure the more people that try and kill him, the angrier he's going to get.
It's gonna annoy you a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so he's just going to get bigger and stronger and bigger and stronger, and eventually he's just going to overpower anyone.
Okay.
And the other answer is the Flash, because I think I mentioned, you can't hit what you can't see. And in theory, he should be able to do his little speedy thing and kill everyone before they actually get a chance to see him.
I think you're wrong.
But I'm sticking with my Hulk. I like the idea of Hulk, just Hulk smashing.
And I think a lot of people have views on that. Please make sure you let Stefan know. Another one here's from Dennis from Alaska, USA. Says, who wins? Superman versus Homelander, Wonder Woman versus Queen Maeve, Wolverine versus Kimiko. So Superman versus Homelander, who wins?
I think Superman just.
Really?
Based on the whole good must triumph over evil.
But in my experience, that's not how life works.
No, if we were going in a real world, I think Homelander is just enough of an arsehole to pull something to win.
Well, I was just thinking, Homelander would cheat to win, whereas Superman's like, oh, I'm righteous, and everything I do is... But their powers are basically the same, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty much identical.
Wonder Woman versus Queen Maeve. I want to give this to Queen Maeve, because I've got a bit of a thing for Queen Maeve.
Yeah. However, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman is quite extraordinary as well.
But I do think Wonder Woman would win, because technically she's an actual god.
Yeah, that wins on default.
Yeah, Wolverine versus Kimiko could go on a long time.
That's an interesting... That wouldn't be a fight I'd want to watch, because I feel like, you're going to be there quite a while.
I do think Wolverine probably wins due to the adamantium, though. I think you could chop her up enough that she ain't regenerating.
It would, yeah. I'd say that's going to be a long, brutal fight, though.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you for that, Dennis. Neil from Colchester. I actually think the Terminator franchise as a whole is a great idea, but poorly executed. There are so many odd choices in those films. A complete reboot trilogy where film 1's a better storyline version, film 2 perhaps is a prequel or goes to the future, and film 3 is them resolving it and stopping it all. What do you think? It's difficult because Terminator 1 and 2 are kind of like there's loads of things you could do better with modern technology and modern storytelling, but they are quite iconic for when they were and what they were.
Yeah, it's that kind of... It's that battle between could you remake it and make it look really, really good instead?
Yeah.
But don't mess with something that is a classic. I mean, the Italian Job, I always like to think of, the original Italian Job.
Yeah.
Absolute classic. You look back at it now and you're like, okay, fair enough. But it's a classic movie. They remade that and it was crap.
Yeah, well, that's...
Because they tried to update it all. And it just doesn't work. So just leave... Some movies need to be left as they are.
Yep. Okay. Next up, we got Tim from New Orleans. A second person from New Orleans here. Mando and Grogu was so bad. Lucasfilm under Disney just cannot make a good Star Wars film. Your show, I think, was overly kind. Do you think they care about making good films or just milking the characters for merch sales? It's an interesting one, that. Because I like the characters. I like the series. I did think the film was a bit... This feels like you just took the series, turned it into a film to try and get some box office. It really did. Yeah, so... Yeah, possibly, Tim, the whole Grogu thing has made them a lot of money. So yeah, it's possible.
And I am guilty. My child's first baby grow vest had a Grogu on it, so I am guilty of buying into that cash cow.
It's not guilty. It's fine. David from London, UK says, listen to your show about The Mandalorian and I think you made valid points, but I do wonder if perhaps again you need to consider this isn't being made for you. I enjoyed the series, but the film I was not that into. But my kids were obsessed and loved it and wanted to go back and watch it again. That's valid.
Yeah, they're always trying to bring in new... You've got to keep bringing in new generations. I understand that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're the ones that are taking the kids to the cinema. Don't make us watch the crap.
I mean, I don't think it was crap.
No, okay, it wasn't crap, but it did miss. But yeah, maybe it was.
Hilariously, I've just said I don't think it was crap. Then the next comment here is from Brian in Delaware, USA, that says Mando movie was wank. I didn't really think that was a term used a lot in the USA, so I don't know whether that's my influence on you. But okay, Mando movie was wank. Should have made season 4 instead. The money grabbing is so transparent and it's not even working anymore. People have had enough. Disney's a failing company. Thoughts? I read that. I'm not going to lie, Brian, and I hope this isn't insulting to you either way, but your message reads like a Donald Trump tweet. Mando movie was wank. Should have made season 4. The money grabbing so transparent. It's not even working. Disney's a failing company. Do you see what I mean?
It fits. Oh, it fits so perfect.
It really works like that, doesn't it?
Disney is a failing company. I
mean, the financial results does suggest they are in trouble, by the way.
It does,
because
they are.
Do you know, I meant to say this to you, and I'll say it now on the show, but there is a real strong rumor in business circles that Apple are going to buy Disney. Can you imagine a world where Disney...
Yeah.
That's an insane fall from being arguably the largest corporation on the planet to being at risk of being taken over.
And I genuinely worry. I mean, they've just had a brand new CEO going.
Yeah.
And people in the podcast know me and my wife are Disney geeks. And I've read a lot of what he's said, and I've seen a few of his interviews of what he said, and he's making all the right noises about trying to bring Disney back to what it originally was.
Yeah.
I worry that they've gone too far to be able to pull it back.
We shall see. Gilly from Atlanta, Georgia, says live-action remakes are just a tragic symptom of why cinema's failing. Studios don't take risks on new ideas. Only streaming platforms do that. Studios want to just milk their successful IP.
I can't argue with that.
I put that in because I thought, yeah, you kind of nailed that. That is how it feels. Like, okay, cinematic release, right, we'll do this. The next up is Stephanie from Ohio, USA, who says, I agree with Sam. I don't want to read the rest out because it starts so well. I agree with Sam.
I saw. Just that bit.
Yeah, the live action films where they tell the story with a twist is worthwhile and worth watching, but direct remakes where it's like scene for scene, get in the bin. It's a waste of everyone's time.
So there is currently a live action movie at the moment which is not doing so well.
So the live action version of Moana is currently tracking for $100 million loss. $100 million.
That's massive.
And it could get a lot worse because those production costs don't normally involve marketing and stuff, which is normally 100 and 150 million.
Talking of marketing and silly things, did you know that there is a man whose job was to edit out Dwayne Johnson's nipples in every single scene he's in because Disney have a thing where mammals do not have nipples in any of their shows or movies?
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
There is a bloke or a woman who, on their CV, recent job, editing Dwayne Johnson's nipples.
I remove nipples from rock all day. Okay, John from South Carolina, USA says Disney are only doing live action remakes to make their to milk their library. It's so obvious, but audiences have had enough. You can see that now. They need to make some decent new films or they're going under. Everything they've done new has been woke crap. Again, I could read that as Donald Trump.
You could. Now I have recently seen Toy Story 5. And
everything they do, total woke crap. Sorry, say that again.
I've recently seen Toy Story 5 in the cinema.
Okay.
And was pleasantly surprised.
Oh, I'm pleased to hear that.
I mean, I was happy because the wife took the kids and they liked it so much, I got to take the kids.
That's good.
And I was pleasantly surprised.
Good. I'm pleased to hear that.
I understand as well exactly what you're saying. Like, the thing about Disney and Pixar and all that used to be, they used to have like these amazing Monsters Inc. when that came out.
Yeah.
And the first few Toy Stories, the Cars movies, even like the Disney, like when Brave came out, when the original animated Moana came out, these original stories that they were telling.
Yep. Tangled. Love
Tangled, yeah.
Frozen.
You know, Frozen, exactly. Even the second one wasn't that bad. They're now making a third one. And again, I'm like, do you need a third one of that? Like, or
yeah,
as we said, are you just milking the idea that Olaf and Elsa sells, make a third one? Toy Story. Now, again, I was pleasantly surprised, but we do not need 5 Toy Story movies.
The thing is, back in the day, they used to make sequels straight to video. There's like 8 Aladdin films.
Yeah, there's The Little Mermaid 1, 2, and 3.
Do you know there's a sequel to Mulan, by the way? I found it on Disney Plus the other day.
Yes.
Mulan 2.
Mulan has a second one. I think there's 3 Cinderella movies.
Yeah, don't even get me started. Okay.
The Lion King 1, 2, 1.5, and 3.
We have another message here from Melody in Bristol, UK, my home city. Melody says, if you guys were in charge of a studio with a strong animated film library, I'm guessing she's saying Disney, but she's not saying it.
She likes, like me, likes going on holiday and doesn't want to say anything bad.
And you're going to remake one of these animated classics into live action, which would you choose and why? Also, who would you cast? Thank you, love you. That was from Melody.
I was half expecting it to be Melody from Bristol. Sam, can you please turn your speakers down when you're recording? Oh, hey neighbour.
Funny, yeah. Hey buddy. Yeah.
Easy. Hercules. I am desperate for a live action Hercules.
But do you need it? Do you want it?
I need Megra in real life.
Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you cast?
That's a really good question. I don't know.
I saw someone do a fan casting of this ages ago, and they said Zendaya.
Zendaya was where my mind went to, but then who plays Hercules? Because I always used to think of Zac Efron. But he's not in his mid-20s anymore to play the part, so now I'm not sure.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's neat. I don't know. But saying just to see Meg in real life, I'd like to see Who Framed Roger Rabbit done differently. That'd be. Because there was this idea ages ago which made me laugh, which was doing a live action remake of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I looked at it, I was like, that don't. But it was a mix, and they were like, yeah, we're just gonna flip it. All the animated characters are now live action, and all the ones that were live action are animated.
Oh, mate, that would be a head screw, wouldn't it?
I was like,
oh my god, that would proper mess with you.
Yeah, so it did make me laugh. I think that's just one of those silly ideas, but yeah, it was kind of funny.
That is an underrated and often overlooked movie, though.
It's brilliant. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is great.
Jessica Rabbit, 10 out of 10. But the whole movie is incredible.
Was it the line she says when everyone's slobbering over her and she goes, "I was just drawn that way." It's just so good. But yeah, okay, I like that. Thank you for your question, Melody. So our next question is from Michaela in Durham, UK. Michaela says, live action remakes. I loved the animated films as a kid. I do understand the desire to see live action because there were times I watched animated films and thought, oh, this would be good with actors. However, the way they've done them, I'm not sure. A couple have been alright, but the vast majority have just sucked because animation doesn't translate to live action. What do you think?
We basically did a podcast on that.
She's obviously following that. It's the way she's put that is kind of interesting to me because the film Aladdin, the animated original Aladdin, is up there as one of my favourite Disney films. Robin Williams steals the show as he would. God rest him. Mm-hmm. So when they were making that in the live action, I was kind of like, okay, well that could be interesting. It's ridiculously sad we're not going to see Robin, but it could be good. But the way they remade it was quite cartoony, even though it was live action. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like the color palette, all of it was just very cartoonish, and I never understood that decision. If you're gonna,
it missed the mark massively, that movie.
But if you're gonna make a live action remake of it, then make it, but adapt it. Make it so, because the Aladdin story has been told in live action loads of times, but this is a Disney version of the story. Dare I say, a musical version of the story. So it just seems strange. It seemed like old decisions were made. And don't even get me started on the whole Lion King thing, because that's not live action. It's still animation. It just makes me.
It's gone from drawn to CGI. That's all they've done.
Yeah, it just makes me want to drive my head through. It's ridiculous. It's almost like they were gaslighting us with that. It's like, oh, look, a live-action remake of The Lion King. I'm like, wow, that's going to be crazy. Wait a minute.
Yeah, wait a second. How the hell did you get Meerkat to act like that?
Yeah, that's not live action. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Yeah. Yeah, that's very strange. Okay, now our final one is from someone called Stefan, but spelt different to you, so I know it's not you.
Because I get really angry when people spell my name wrong, so it's definitely not me.
Yeah. Stefan is from Cologne in Germany.
Ah.
And Stefan says, love show, which is a great start, by the way. If you ever want me to read out something you do, start with a compliment. That's like, you are definitely going to get read out. You two are very fun to listen to. Again, nailing it, this person. Absolutely got this down. My question... No. I was just going to say...
The next line is, however, you talk shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's standard messages from my family, less from the listeners. But it says, my question, if you were to pick an animated film to remake that they're not remaking... Bear in mind, we did discuss this on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you make? And this is the kind of the kicker. Who would you cast? And then he's put in brackets, loved your casting show too. So this question kind of brings us from a couple of our shows where we talked about how important... Well, talking about casting was just kind of interesting because it was almost like we were started off with a bit like, oh, casting hits and misses, and then just realised as we were talking just how seriously important casting is to getting it right.
Yeah, you can make or break a movie just with that.
Massive, yeah. Like TV shows, all of it. It's like you get it wrong and a really good idea just doesn't get off the page. This is an interesting one to me because the one live action remake I wanted, they are actually making, which is Tangled.
Yes.
And
they've released the actors, and I don't recognise any of them, so that's always a bonus.
I actually think so, yeah, a little bit, because it's like you don't go in with any...
There's no preconceived there.
Yeah, you're kind of a bit more open to it, which is...
Like, I do think Florence Pugh should have got Rapunzel, but...
I'm sorry, mate, I've never heard of that actor. Who?
Don't do this to me, because you know I'm shit with this. Don't do it.
Her name's Florence Pugh. How can you say
Pugh, Poe, whatever.
No, it's not the same.
Same close.
Not even a little bit. Pugh. Shocking.
Pro. Yeah, it's fine. I thought she should have been it, but she didn't get it.
But then again, would she want to? I mean, she's kind of busy.
She's a little bit big for that sort of thing now, isn't she? Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I get the impression she's one of those, like, if she'd wanted it, she'd have rung them. Like, oi, you're making that. That's me. Me.
Yeah, I'll do this.
Yeah. Also got to do a lot of singing. I've not heard her sing.
Do you know, that is a good point.
Yeah. So if because we discussed this on our show about the live action, about what would we choose. So for me it's kind of funny, but the casting thing, that's ridiculously difficult because of what you just said then, which is I could pick actors like you just said then. Florence Poe could play, because no one's ever heard of her. She could easily slot in for Tangled. Florence Pugh, maybe not. I don't know, but I do get your point. Like the non A-lister, if that makes sense, makes more sense for these films because people going into it then are watching the characters, not the actors. Does that make sense?
Oh, 100%. Like, there's a lot of people out there now that are, I don't want to say they've been typecast, but they're big enough names now that you see them and you're kind of like, oh, I want to see how that person is.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to go... The Rock at the moment, Dwayne Johnson, he seems to be one of those at the moment where he's appearing in a lot of movies at the moment.
Yeah.
I can't see him as anything other than Dwayne Johnson.
Do you know, sorry, this is such a stupid thing, but there's because obviously he's from the world of wrestling, which I still watch, and there's like a character in there who says names sort of like backwards and stuff, and just literally said off the cuff once, "Oh, it's Rock the Dwayne Johnson," and ever since he said that, I can't ever see him in anything like it's Rock the Dwayne Johnson, and just stupid. I know it's stupid. He's one of those people who was like so meteoric in popularity and so beloved, and then did one thing that people hated, and is now kind of, no matter what he does, people are giving him shit. Have you noticed that?
What did he do everyone hated?
See, this is so. His family, strong ties and from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hawaii suffered a few years ago like horrific fires and things. And he did, which what a lot of celebrities do, and I always cringe, is he stood there asking for people to donate money, and he's a millionaire.
Yeah, that one always kind of goes, yeah, but how much have you, like, I know it shouldn't be a case of, yeah, and how much have you donated? But,
well, it's
when you have that amount of money, surely you could sort it out.
There's this kind of weird thing, because I understand it, you know, it's just like, look, this is an appeal for everyone to get involved to help the people of Hawaii. But he stood there with Oprah, a combined net wealth in the billions, saying to people, please donate your hard-earned money, and
every little helps.
It was just it was just kind of interesting, because that kind of goes over people's heads a lot of the time, but for whatever reason in that moment, people really reacted badly to it. Like, really badly. Like, people were just like, do you know what? We're all fucking struggling at the minute. Like, my heart bleeds for the people who are suffering, but I got my own shit to deal with.
I'm struggling to pay all my bills. You just got paid $30 million for being in a movie.
Yeah, and that is literally how it went. And ever since then, because he did this film where he like really changed his body shape and everything, called The Smashing Machine, and like got a lot of critical acclaim, but no one went to watch it. So the film bombed. Like, it was like, he was sort of, people were like, oh, he's got an award nomination, and people were just like, nah, fuck that guy. And he, up until this point, it had been kind of like, oh, I'll go watch the new film The Rock's in it, that'd be entertaining. But now it's just like, nah, fuck that guy.
Madness.
It is kind of crazy how it goes. I mean, I'm a bit like that with Will Smith now, ever since he slapped Chris Rock in the face.
Yeah, I saw we've just had the World Cup final.
Yeah,
and for those of you watching it in the UK, there was like an advert sort of thing after the halftime show.
Ooh, yeah.
Which was Roman. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it.
Sorry, please don't. Did you say Roman?
No. What did I say? Oh, fuck's sake!
It's Ramesh.
It is Ramesh. I don't know what my brain's doing today.
Ramesh Raghunathan.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
Where the hell did I get Ronan from?
Yeah, that's the question. I was because the funny thing is, there's a lot of famous people. I was genuinely thinking, I was like, oh shit, I must have missed that part.
No, I don't even know. Ronan Keating did an advert.
Yeah.
Did I see it? No.
God,
but yeah, this advert went on, and the whole thing was, but what has the BBC done for me? And he keeps repeating it. And I had a little look on good old social media. And it did seem the majority of people were, well, apart from pay you fucking thousands and thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
Or give you a career, pay for your house. There was all these sort of comments, and it was like, yeah, the BBC have definitely missed this one, haven't they? Like,
yeah.
Gonna miss.
I mean, the BBC is a unique thing in the UK. Like, the BBC is funded by the taxpayer, in essence, so it can stay a...
yeah, you pay your TV licence so that they don't put adverts on the BBC.
Well, yeah, and if you're not beholden to commercial advertising, then corporations can't influence you. Is the idea? It stays truly independent. You know, I always say about the BBC News is quite funny. Is people on the left say it's the most biased right-leaning media there is. People on the right say it's the most biased left-leaning media is, which probably means it's doing its damn job really well.
Somewhere in the middle, then, yeah.
It is absolutely nailing it. And to keep things like that truly independent and everything, then it's funded by government taxpayers. But the TV license has become a very outdated way of doing it, I think. And more people are just like jacking it in because they say, well, I don't watch traditional TV. I only stream online, therefore I don't need a TV license. And so they're doing these kind of weird things of like why paying your TV license is a good thing. And,
I mean, they advertised the TV license in every single match on the BBC during the World Cup. Like, they were driving that hard.
Yeah, if you're watching this on the and you still didn't buy one, did you? So it obviously didn't work. It's just
I have
shocking.
one. I have one. Let's just not even.
He does not, and his name and address is at the end of the podcast. Anyway, so
give me a knock on the door.
We have gone on a tangent beyond all tangents. Dialing it back, can you think of a live action remake and sort of like a casting choice that you would make beyond Florence Poe? Or Roman Ragonathan?
Don't. I'm scared to say any name now.
Yeah.
I mean, Hercules is always my go-to one.
Who would you cast as Herc?
Well, my problem with this is, I think Hercules is my go-to, but then looking at how the movie goes and so like Philatides and all that sort of thing,
yeah,
you're not going to do that without CGI anyway. So is it really a true live action if you're having to CGI the characters and the bad guys and all the mythical monsters that he faces and stuff?
Well, yeah, because I'd call the Marvel films live action, and most of that's CGI.
Oh, that's true. So is the Lion King live action or not? Because most CGI
is not live action. That is just bullshit.
Okay, so if I was doing Hercules, what's the guy from The Kingsman?
You've bottled it now, haven't you? You don't want to say names.
He was really good in Sing, so I know he can sing and do that part.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the kid who was linked heavily with being
Wolverine.
Yeah.
He was getting possible Wolverine links at one point.
You're gonna have to go to your favourite website, mate. I can't think.
Taron
Edgerton.
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, him. I
That...
wonder if he could do a Herc because he's got he's shown when he was getting linked to the Wolverine thing. He can do the physique.
Yeah.
He can sing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. Okay. No. You got Well done.
If all else fails, we'll go for an unknown actor. There's a guy called Stefan. I hear he's willing to do it for a couple of minutes.
He's from Germany, and he sent in our question. Right, so thank you for that. That is our show. That is episode 50. I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who sent stuff in. Apologies for the tangents, but that's just us. We will be back next week with episode 51, which are films that we think would make great TV. So either films that were good and people liked them but could make a great TV series, or films that are like, yeah, this should have been a TV show.
I've got one which is just purely pretty much rage bait.
Okay, that's going to be fun. Until next week, everybody, you all take care, and I will leave you now with Stefan and his final thoughts.
Would you rather have Gollum as a therapist or Dobby as your personal assistant?
Thank you for listening to the Stuff and Thangs podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show. You can find us on Facebook or online. Simply search the Stuff and Thangs podcast to join in our conversation every week.